Yeah, these are just like some, it's from the thing that's outside. It's like poems I wrote in pubs. I think I said it was because of like the situation as recycled geography or something, but I think I was just doing too much coke. Anyway, this is this is at the Amersham. Angel pricks her index to the inside of my cheek, checking for wisdom. All my sisters bat their eyes, I lose my cool. Smoking to make conversation, that's how loving works. Grave digging in the alley of Lewisham's video store, I'm translating everything. Knuckles to the sire, your hand to her thigh, 20 love poems and other nonsense. In the bathroom, 11 freaks are reenacting Mayakovsky's suicide note, believing maybe this is exactly what they want, a good fuck and a vision, the 100 miracles of an alarm. Right beside you, the music stops. Angel is jaw opened, pinned by her left wing. Make me a man, I tell her, make me a man. 20 love poems and no desperation. How the night ends inside you. To the left around her rib cage. Come on your stomach, hands soaked, tied down. I wanted to watch you get bored of this. Read your poem in the multi-purpose community room and drink, with all the lights off. Angel shoots herself in the leg, hopping over to the man in green swim trunks. A Royal Navy Fendi collaboration. Angel, I know a communist when I see one. Thank you. This is at the Royal George. As we walk over the bending, two art majors push a metaphor into traffic. Elena disagrees whether or not this means we're done for. There's no good way to start this conversation. At the bar, I can finally flaunt my paycheck, £3.65. You know, a week passes at 28 pence per minute. That before poetry, there were graveyards toppled over by annotations. It's a game to remember this much. People that you knew from university leaning against the wall, speaking about the people they knew from university, and maybe you've heard of them, but we should get together soon, seriously, it's been too long. On the radio, they're confident that all guilty parties have been caught and there's no longer any reason for alarm. We can be sure of that. I use the noise to hide from my friends, become the kind of drunk that only looks backwards. I think of my father's uncle dying from just that. Perfect heirlooms, our final round. Dear Patricia, your child is playing hopscotch below the poverty line. P.S. Stop airbrushing your workers on the security camera. There's nothing to do here but watch us. Turning for a fix, Jasmine dies under the space heater of a rented flat, folds my beer into 3 perfect concentric circles. I'd ask you to help me out of this, but when the East Dream drummer starts keeping rhythm with the overground, Elena knows we got a purpose. Even if we end up 2 streets away, counting on the bartender, convinced tonight is a night I should tell you I'm failing, and you shouldn't worry, but ask me about it tomorrow. And this is at Marquis. It wasn't a question of if the city had enough windows for all of us to turn over in some light. Some are good with little substance, balancing on the sun's telephone wire the day I lost good money to a shock, removed both my shoes to stomp down on your neighbor's thesis, let the sire do the talking. It's not a question at all. I'd like to hear anyone make as good a sound as the little blue scabs on your finger that point and taunt at your education. Sound out the words. Outside, the cold is quiet and kneeling, crushes to smoke the same 3 decades, calls me over to say, look, just like this. I think of my mother taking up the entire left corner, telling the story of how I left, which was a hurtful thing to do, and at the very least she didn't deserve it, and at the very least I could call more. Then the heart. This whole time I've been saving lampshades in my pocket, trailing dust down my pint. We're talking about throwing a year away, but I wasn't listening. Anger is building a skylight out of toothpicks, collapsing federal loans, and all sorts of things I could tell you are devoured under the noise of construction. Thank you.
Well done.